Deep in the heart of our small town, nestled among the ancient trees and winding trails, lies a mystery that has captivated generations. For as long as anyone can remember, whispers of a creature lurking in the shadows have echoed through our community. Some dismiss it as mere folklore, while others swear they've seen it with their own eyes. But one question remains. Is the monster in our town's woods real? I've lived here my entire life, and I've heard the story since I was a child. Tales of a massive, hairy beast with glowing eyes and razor-sharp claws. They say it roams the forest at night, leaving behind strange tracks and eerie howls that send shivers down your spine. Growing up, I always thought it was just a way to keep us kids from wandering too far into the woods. But as I got older, I started to wonder if there might be some truth to the legend. It wasn't until last summer that I had my own encounter with the creature. I was hiking with a group of friends, exploring a secluded area of the forest we'd never ventured into before. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows through the trees, we heard a sound that made us all freeze in our tracks. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard before. A low, guttural growl that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. We stood there, paralyzed with fear, as the noise grew louder and closer. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move. It was massive, easily 7 feet tall, with dark fur and eyes that seemed to glow in the fading light. For a split second, our eyes met, and I felt a chill run down my spine. Then, as quickly as it appeared, it was gone, vanishing into the thick underbrush. Since that day, I've been obsessed with uncovering the truth about the monster in our woods. I've spent countless hours researching, interviewing locals, and exploring the forest, trying to find any evidence that might prove its existence. And let me tell you, the more I dig, the more convinced I become that there's something out there. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence I've found are the tracks, scattered throughout the forest, often in the most remote and inaccessible areas, are footprints that defy explanation. They're massive, easily twice the size of a human foot, with distinct claw marks at the tips of each toe. I've had experts examine photos of the tracks, and they all agree. These aren't from any known animal in our region. But it's not just the physical evidence that's convincing. The sheer number of eyewitness accounts is staggering. I've spoken to dozens of people who claim to have seen the creature, and their stories are remarkably consistent. They describe a bipedal beast, covered in thick, dark fur, with a face that's almost human-like, but twisted into something more primal and terrifying. One particularly chilling account came from an old hunter named Bill. He told me about a time he was out in the woods before dawn, setting up his deer stand. As he was climbing the tree, he heard something moving through the underbrush below. Thinking it was a deer, he froze, waiting for it to pass. But what emerged from the shadows was no deer. Bill described a creature so massive it made the trees look small in comparison. It moved with an eerie grace, silent despite its size, and disappeared into the mist as quickly as it had appeared. Of course, not everyone in town believes the stories. There are plenty of skeptics who argue that it is all just a combination of overactive imaginations and misidentified wildlife. They point out that there's never been any conclusive proof. No clear photos or video. No DNA evidence. Nothing that would stand up to scientific scrutiny. And they have a point. Despite all the sightings and stories, hard evidence remains elusive. Every time someone claims to have captured the creature on camera, the image is always blurry or too dark to make out any details. It's frustrating, to say the least. And it is one of the main reasons why the debate over the monster's existence continues to rage on. But here's the thing. Absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. Just because we have even been able to prove the creature exists beyond a shadow of a doubt doesn't mean it is not out there. The woods are vast and dense, with countless places for something to hide. And if this creature is as intelligent as some of the stories suggest, it's entirely possible that it's actively avoiding human contact. There's also the question of what this creature could be, if it does exist. Some theorize that it might be a previously undiscovered species, a remnant of a prehistoric era that somehow managed to survive in our modern world. Others suggest it could be some kind of interdimensional being, slipping in and out of our reality. And then there are those who believe it as something more supernatural, a spirit or a demon that has taken physical form. Whatever it is, the impact of this legend on our town is undeniable. It's become a part of our identity, woven into the fabric of our community. Local businesses capitalize on the mystery, selling monster-themed souvenirs and offering guided creature hunts in the woods. Every year, we hold a festival celebrating the legend, complete with costume contests and storytelling competitions. But beneath the commercialization and the fun, there's a deeper significance to the monster in our woods. It represents the unknown, the possibility that there are still mysteries in this world waiting to be uncovered. In an age where it feels like every inch of the planet has been mapped and explored, the idea that something so extraordinary could be hiding right in our backyard is both thrilling and humbling. As for me, I'm more determined than ever to uncover the truth. I've invested in high-tech camera equipment and motion sensors, which I've strategically placed throughout the woods. I spend every free moment I have out there, searching for any sign of the creature. And while I haven't managed to capture any definitive proof yet, I remain hopeful. Because here's the thing. Whether the monster in Outertown's woods is real or not, the search for it has taught me something invaluable. It's shown me that there's magic in believing in the impossible, in questioning what we think we know about the world around us. It's reminded me that sometimes the most important discoveries aren't about finding answers, but about embracing the questions. So, is the monster in our town's woods real? I can't say for certain, but I can tell you this. As long as there are shadows in the forest and whispers on the wind, I'll keep searching. Because in the end, it's not just about proving the existence of a creature. It's about keeping alive the sense of wonder and mystery that makes life so extraordinary. And who knows, maybe one day, as the sun sets and the forest grows dark, I'll find myself face to face with the truth. Until then, I'll keep my eyes open, my camera ready, and my mind open to the possibility that sometimes legends are more than just stories. They're invitations to explore the unknown and to believe in the extraordinary.